Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Fairy Friday. It's Margaret Semple, home in beautiful Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, bringing you messages from the fairy folk using Brian Froud's beautiful Fairies Oracle deck. I come to you random Fridays with these messages. And there's two things I always like to say. One is sometimes I see comments, sometimes they don't come in till later, or I don't see them until later, but I love the comments and the little hearts and likes and messages you guys send me. Thank you so much. I appreciate those. And the other thing is, if you are seeing this message, whether you are seeing it live or on replay, it is because today's message is meant for you. And I want to say hello to people on Facebook and also to people who are watching on my YouTube channel, Spirited Insight. Yay! I'm starting to get subscribers, which is very exciting. And I think I may be doing more things over there too as time goes on. So please subscribe. That would be great. Okay, without further ado, let me shuffle the cards and see who's going to come forward this week with the message for today for everyone. Whoa! Well, this hasn't happened for a while. 2 cards, 2 fairies. Double the message, double the fun. Okay, we have Losgunna, the Frog Queen, and we have Spirit Dancer. Okay, so both of these fairies are from the Fairy Guides and Guardian group of fairies. They help us to develop our own special talents, gifts, and inner magic. So it's kind of cool that these two have come together today. Especially, this is a great time of year, right? Equinox, spring equinox, moon just went into Aries, all the stuff going on with the planets and Pluto and all of that. Lots going on. If you're feeling overwhelmed, relax. It's okay. It's not just you. Okay. They also, Fairy Guides and Guardians, help us to discover the joy of living harmoniously with nature. And they also tend to prick those little bubbles of pomposity that sometimes we humans fall into. So don't take yourself too seriously all the time, right? Okay, I think we're going to talk about Losgunna first. Yes, okay. Isn't she pretty? Part woman, part frog. All her little friends in the background looking very happy. And yeah, they're all looking really happy. So anyway, Losgunna is about the discovery of self and adventure. Her realm is very extensive, both below and above the fairy waters, which fairy waters are made up of human emotions. So sometimes those waters are sparkly clear, sometimes they're very murky, and different fairies hang out in the different waters, right? But she is kind of over all of them, all different types, because she knows that sometimes treasures are lost in disasters or abandoned by pirates and may be found in the murkiest of waters, which is so hopeful, right? It's time to explore who you really are, warts and all, and you will probably discover parts of your talents and potentials that have been hidden, maybe by old traumas or misunderstandings or lack of opportunity. Losgunna wants me to say she doesn't have warts. Okay, so anyway, she wants us to dive deeply into new experiences, new sights, new sounds, especially new ideas, and also explore the territory you live in, right? It's not always about going off and traveling, although that is wonderful, but it's also looking and exploring close to home, places you've never been, roads you've never walked on, parks you've never visited, right? Life is always adventurous for the adventurous, and it's always boring for the boring. So if you're feeling bored or boring or stuck in a mud puddle, explore the puddle with new eyes or jump out. Losgunna shows up when it's time to pay attention to your dreams. Okay? She also suggests it's a great time to have some baths, or go into the hot tub, or get into the lake or an ocean, maybe take a mud bath. I've never had a mud bath. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to play in mud puddles. Maybe it's time to try that again. Not quite warm enough here yet, but maybe it is where you are. But just explore that, or maybe treat yourself to a spa. Do that mud pack thing. But it's because it allows you to be quiet and to explore your inner realms. And then she says, don't explore just the inner realms, also explore the outer. So go somewhere you've never been. Take a class in something new. Try to get unstuck out of your mud puddle before a different fairy, like maybe Gotcha, comes along and decides to liberate us from being stuck in the mud with, Gotcha. It's better to jump than to be pushed, right? So allow Losgunna to encourage you at this point to be a little more adventuresome and do a little bit of work on the discovery of self. Okay. Beautiful. Warts and all. She says, don't be afraid. It's all good. Oh. Also, she says, sometimes you gotta kiss a frog. Sometimes you gotta kiss a prince or a princess. But just get out there. Just get out. It's spring. Okay. So, Spirit Dancer. I'm just going to say, do you have anything that you want to channel through directly? I'm giggling because in my head I'm hearing like kind of a frog voice, like not Kermit the Frog, but like a, and it's kind of like, nope, you've told them what you need. I can't even do it with a straight face. I've told you the messages she wanted to get across. Oh, and she's joking with me, right? I don't think she has to talk like that. I think that's a game she's playing this morning. Okay. Spirit Dancer. So Spirit Dancer, where Losgunna was about adventure and discovery of self, Spirit Dancer is about self-expression, freedom, and exploration. So you can see how these two fairies really work well together, and it's so cool they both came forward today. So self-expression has two parts. First of all, we get in touch with our inner vision, feelings, creative impulses, and we get in touch with that, and then we sort of bring it out of ourselves and into the world through our art, whatever form that may take, whether it's writing or singing or dancing or painting or coloring or making pottery or gardening or cooking, or you see where I'm going with this, right? There's so many different ways to be expressive. Okay, don't say, oh, it must be art. No, do what just expresses how you're feeling. Pile some stones, make some furniture. It doesn't matter. Be self-expressive, right? So that's the first part of it. And then the second part of it is, after we've done that part and put the expression into the world, then those expressions are reflected back to us from the mirror of other people's perceptions. And we discover what our art awakens in them. So, sometimes if you're ever in an art gallery, all of a sudden you are stopped by a piece of art, and you just, it connects with your soul, with your gut, and it may be, just whatever it is, it speaks to you. Or you go to a play or a film and you see yourself reflected, or something that really rings true for you. Or you're reading a book and you want to underline sentences or phrases or write them down somewhere because they're so perfect. Or you fall in love with a piece of furniture or a cup. Yeah, actually, see this. Here's the cup I have today, and I fell in love with this. I was one day shopping for something practical because I was on a very tight budget at the time, and I think this mug was like $12, which was at the time a lot of money for me. But it just spoke to my soul. And so I got it. I treated myself, and it was a treat. It was huge. Like, I made adjustments in my budget so I could have this cup, and it has been bringing me joy for a long time, like at least 15 years, I think. So anyway, that's the kind of thing where art awakens something in someone, right? We learn and grow and lead more satisfying lives when we have ways to express our inner worlds. It's just true. As humans, that's how it kind of works for us. And creative expression helps us to understand and to process and to explore our truth and bring it to light. It helps to uncover pain and to help it begin to heal. That's why so many different therapies use art or music or different things to discover, and why sometimes you can be dancing and get an insight, right? Like, it's so connected, right? Explore, experiment, and express. So that's kind of the 3 stages of what you do. That's what she wants you to do right now. Explore inside, experiment with different things, and then express. Perfection is the death of spirit dancer. Perfection is the death of spirit dancer. And I don't know about you, but I fall into that trap all the time. If I can't do something perfectly, I don't maybe want to do it. I've worked really hard at teaching myself to do something. If something's worth doing perfectly, it's worth doing half-assed just to do it and to explore it and to experiment and to seek the joy. And so what? You don't play guitar perfectly, you bring you joy, do it, right? Whatever it is. Creative expression is a way of sharing ourselves and letting others see more of our true selves, right? You write a poem, it's right out there sometimes. It doesn't need to be a good poem. Who cares? Make a limerick. If it doesn't scan perfectly, oh well, right? Just do something. Yeah, because we are humans who connect with each other, and so that resonance with someone else's words or someone else's art or whatever it is, right? It's all part and parcel of being who we are. And sometimes art adds to our experience. I mean, that's definitely my experience in life, right? It enriches us and it nurtures us, and it helps us to change and to grow, both creating it and experiencing that of others. And you do need to prime your own pump. If you don't have any input coming in, it's hard to find that creativity to put out. So that exploration also, it's like, you want to write something, read something, right? You want to draw something, look at drawings. And it's not like you're trying to copy, but you want to be inspired by. Or if you're afraid you're going to copy, then just go inside and go, okay, or you want to write something, then you look at pictures so that you won't think you're going to copy. See what I'm saying? Just fill that, prime that pump, prime that pump. Spirit Dancer encourages us to take creative action from our place of personal power, from that inner core of true feelings and understanding within us, right? Going back to Losgunna with discovery of self. Spirit Dancer and creativity is about spontaneity balanced by self-discipline. That's what helps us achieve goals, if we have goals of any kind, spontaneity and self-discipline. So carve yourself out half an hour to show up and create or explore or whatever. Show up. Stephen King used to say, show up at the typewriter, I guess he was using, but show up. And sometimes it's a word, and sometimes it's a page, and sometimes it's a chapter. And sometimes you'd want to keep going for 12 hours, and sometimes that half hour seems so long. She's encouraging us. Oh, and also dance. You know, we get caught up in who cares. We want to dance a certain way. No. Just dance. If you get the chance to sit it out and dance, I hope you dance. Sit it out or dance. But anyway, dance. It's time to bring out and share those qualities that you have been nurturing in private. You write some poems, show them to a friend. You sing in the bathtub, sing in the living room, sing at the karaoke bar. Just do those little things more. Now, if you've been ignoring Spirit Dancer, or if you're feeling you can't express yourself, you may feel angry, you may feel driven, you may feel more like destroying than creating, well, then it's time to pay attention to your dreams. Quite often, when we're angry or jealous about something, it's because it's what we want. Oh, I'm so jealous of that person who's singing on The Voice. Well, maybe it's because I want to be singing on The Voice. It doesn't mean I'm going to sing on The Voice, but maybe I'm going to sing more, right? Just pay attention to those things. It's really interesting how we can find those truth kernels inside of us. The other thing is you might have artist's block. And that happens, especially if you are a creative person who has done creative work. Sometimes we get artist's block. And the cure for that is create. And so if you can't, say you want to write something, I'm familiar with writing, right? So that's why it's kind of my first go-to. And nothing's coming, and you've sat at the computer for half an hour, or the notebook for half an hour, you can just freeform write, like journaling, like Artist's Way recommends, the 3-page, just write, stream of consciousness. I don't feel like writing anything. I have nothing to say. I don't see why I'm doing this. You get bored of doing that after a few minutes, and eventually something else will probably start to come out. The other thing is, give yourself a break. Go cook, go bake, go color a picture, go collect some leaves or some flowers from outside. There's different ways to create. And even if you may judge it to be trite or trivial or not the level of creation that you expect from yourself, do it anyway. Just do it. Just do it. Prime that pump. Fill yourself up. Eventually, you will have the waters of creativity. See those waters of creativity, emotion, and inspiration flowing freely again. So that's how Spirit Dancer and Losgunna work together. And I guess that is why they both popped out of my deck today. I was shuffling them, and as I shuffled, these two just flipped over. So it's a little bit long Fairy Friday today, but 2 for the price of 1. Woohoo! I invite you to check out my website. I have lots of email card readings available. I have a limited amount of space opened up in April for readings, energy healing, and very limited mediumship readings. I'm going to try to see if my energy level will support that. The guides are saying, oh, try it out. They're kind of saying it with that tone of voice. Sure, try it out. But I will. Anyways, we'll see how it all goes. Much love to you all. Happy Fairy Friday. Be well. Bye for now. Sometimes it's hard to find the thing to end the live. There we go. Bye-bye.